Again, thank you, Rakesh, for kind of joining us at this digital onboarding summit. I think it's a real pleasure to kind of have you. We've been working together for a while now, and I think once again, thank you for being a part of this summit. Um, I think what would be great is if you could just quickly start by just giving an introduction about yourself, your profile. I mean, what do you manage at EXL, and perhaps just a little bit about the company as well. So
Sure.
that would,
I'm a vice president in HR, and I manage the global HR operations, which is also called shared services. And I'm also manage the digital HR technologies, wherein we bring new technologies to the organization and we ensure the HR is more technology driven. EXL is all about it's a BPM company, approximately 30,000 people across globe, multiple countries, and I think it's more than 12 to 13 countries now in globally.
wow.
So that's EXL. So that's all about EXL and me. And moving to the entire piece, why did we thought we need to focus on onboarding, focus on digital initiative? So that was a key objective in 2018 when we started and when we framed our HR goals, right? So we thought it is important to fuse essential elements to drive digital intelligence that helps our business grow faster.
Okay.
This also create a deeper customer experience, faster speed to market, growing revenue and profitability. And that's also in line with our EXL goals.
Right.
Okay. So from HR standpoint, we thought, okay, our aim is to build a totally transformed and a world-class HR delivery organization,
Okay.
which is digitally driven, centered on employee experience, and results in best-in-class HR productivity and strategic focus.
Got it.
So HR was involved in multiple aspects, right?
Sure.
And we thought, okay, let's find technologies which helps HR to improve their delivery.
Right.
So there are these three key focus areas. So one was productively manage future employee growth globally through a higher employee to HR ratio.
Okay.
So HR ratio plays a very big role actually. You can't deploy multiple HR because you are setting up multiple businesses. You have to manage the HR ratio as well.
Correct.
Second is building in a world-class employee experience in a digital work environment.
Okay.
Because now the generation which is coming in, and we generally hire young generations, and 70% of the people are between 20 to 25, 27 years of age.
Wow.
So they're completely technology driven, smartphones, technology, right? So
they're mobile first, they're technology first.
Yeah, because everyone wants to access mobile, smartphone, on a click, on the go, right?
Correct.
So, and because the way we used to work earlier has completely changed, and it's globally, right? Then it was shifting HR business partner role to a higher strategic role. Because hence we thought, okay, let's set up a global HR operations, because HR is to get into multiple activity, talking to multiple people, sometimes transactional. We thought, okay, let's set up a global HR operations wherein we have a uniformity across the globe.
Got it.
So that was the whole objective when we thought about entire digital transformation project. Then we thought, okay, one of the key elements to enhance employee experience was reimagine digital onboarding.
Okay.
Right? I'm calling it reimagine. The reason is that because we sat down for 3 months to reimagine it actually. Right? And actually we put a character called Stephanie, and we started from there that when she joins the Excel, how should be her experience.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
We started from there, and it was a whiteboard, chart papers, and multiple things. And then from there we started putting the different stages of life cycle, starting from selection, pre-joining, joining, induction, and on-the-job training.
So you kind of created a story with Stephanie, and kind of the whole process was chalked out from that perspective.
Correct.
Wow.
So because that's how we wanted to relate with the employee, that when an employee comes, what does that person expect, right?
Sure.
That person should feel special when that person joins the organization.
Correct.
Right? So, and when we're saying that we want to build a world-class new hire experience from the recruitment, which is the offer stage, to the first 100 days, after post-joining. That means the reason is that because people generally leave in the first 3 months if they're not settled. So it is important to focus on the settling period.
Got it.
Right?
Got it.
Then we thought, okay, let's bring in a platform for all interactions, including new hire, documentation, induction, HR business partners, supervisors, and so on.
Yep.
So this platform helps us to bring in all these at one place.
Okay. And so before this, what was the process? I mean, was it completely manual? Was it like different locations did different things? What were some of the challenges that, and especially scale? Because I know that you guys actually hire on a daily basis. Or on a weekly basis, you'll hire in the hundreds. Right. So what were some of the kind of challenges before you went into this whole process of reimagining it?
So it was completely manual. When a person gets offered, the recruiter talks to that person, offers that person, then the person gets in touch before the joining date, checking whether that person is joining. Then the person has to bring all the hard copies along with when the person comes in. And it's a manual forms. You have to keep the manual forms stored for at least 10 years after even the person leaves, right? From the statutory compliance standpoint. So everything was manual. The process was going smooth, but the point was that it was completely manual, involving multiple people doing a lot of transaction work, right? And there are some processes different. The processes are different for US, UK, Europe, India, Philippines, and so on. So we had to manage it completely differently. And then we had to set up induction programs just to take them through the entire EXL.
Right.
So people used to know EXL when the person used to join EXL.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it is.
And I guess standardization was also a big problem, right? Because as you said, there were so many different countries, and within each country you had multiple locations. So how do you standardize the experience so that everyone feels the same way when they join?
Correct. So it is very important that people should be oriented as per their geography needs. It cannot be common. One solution cannot be for everyone, right?
Sure,
it has to be customized as per geography, based on geography, based on band, based on levels and everything. Right? Yeah. So that gives the employee experience. Because if I start talking about the benefits which are not relevant to any population, that will not make sense. Yeah. So it was important to address right people with right benefits and so on.
Got it.
Right? Our objective and purpose of the transforming onboarding, there were 6 key focus. One was elevate employee brand and employee experience.
Okay.
Second was automate or digitize manual work to increase efficiency.
Got it. Yeah.
Third was just-in-time training. That means you don't have to wait for the training program. It is there on your hands.
Got it.
Fourth was the pre-boarding. Engage candidates post the offer is rolled out.
Okay. Because in India, that's a big problem, right? Because with certain types of employees who are coming in, there might be a 1-month period between offer acceptance and day one. There could be even a 2-month period. With senior management, it could be 2 months or 3 months even, right?
Yes. Yeah. And in our industry, when we hire in bulk, it is very difficult to focus on every individual personally. Got it. Yeah. So we need to have a solution which is digitally driven, right? Which focuses on everyone. It is uniform.
Got it.
Next was building engagement. That means by creating a gamified way to share the contents and all, to engage people. It should be a gamified way. And last was ensure new hire are excited, aligned, and productive.
Okay.
Because that excitement has to be there for a person to be aligned to the EXL environment, knowing EXL, what EXL is all about, what EXL leaders are all about, what businesses we do, and so on. So it was important for people to know, and so that, and that was the key objective, so that people understand these objectives of the entire digitally driven onboarding.
Got it. Okay. So just to kind of give everyone some context, how many people do you think EXL on a ballpark hires in a year?
Approximately 7,000.
Okay. And this is across multiple locations. So you're actually hiring in the US, in Europe, in Philippines, in India. I guess you have Colombia as well as another location. Yes. So this is across the board.
Now we're starting up in Australia. We're starting up in Canada and everything.
Wow.
So it is growing very fast. and India, and we have done some acquisitions and mergers as well. So the business is growing rapidly across geographies.
Got it. So from the perspective of the whole onboarding experience, I want to have your perspective on a couple of things. One is, what was the engagement you were trying to kind of address from a new hire perspective? So, pre-boarding or pre-day one, what was the kind of engagement you wanted a new hire to kind of have from a content perspective, information perspective, and also post-day one, what were some of the kind of things that you were looking at?
So what we thought that when a person is joining in, they should actually be engaged from the date of offer. That means they should know what EXL is all about, starting from the leaders, the culture, the diversity ratio, in case because how do we engage with people? What do we do in the market? Right? Yeah. What kind of businesses we operate? Right? Okay. And what is the diversity and inclusions which we have in EXL? So that gives the people a comfort with the organization.
Understand the culture and understand who they're going to be coming and joining and working with. Yeah.
Great. So people go to websites, but websites are customized, but people would not go to every section. But if people will not go through everything in Monday. So we thought, okay, let's send some content, some information on a periodic basis. So that, and plus it is with people wherever they are. For example, I have time late night, half an hour, I can go through, say, content whenever I want, actually. And I'm familiar with the company.
Got it.
And then we thought, okay, when a person joins in, so we also thought, okay, let's, before joining, actually, one step back, as we make an offer, we thought, okay, let's welcome people. How do we do that? We start sending flowers to their home address.
Oh, wow.
And trust me, this is digital driven, no manual intervention.
Wow. Okay.
And that gives the employee a great experience.
Sure.
And I'm telling you because we have done a survey with multiple people who have joined. Yeah. And 92 people have said it's a wow experience.
Wow. Okay.
They never expected, and they have not felt it. I mean, they have not experienced throughout their culture.
Yeah.
So that's how it happened. Got it. And that's one. Second, when we thought when a person comes in, joins the EXL, all the documents should be digitized.
Yeah.
Right? Because filling up a hard copy, bringing hard copies, I mean, it's an old way now.
Yeah.
Because all the students, youngsters, fill all their college forms online. Right. So they're pretty much familiar of the systems, process, forms, and everything. Sure. Okay, let's build in forms wherein people go and fill up their online forms, submit it, and it comes to the recruitment for the respective actions.
Got it.
And automatically, digitally employee files get created.
Okay. Yeah. So you're not waiting for the person to sit and fill up 10 forms on day one or on day two. It's all happening automatically. So it adds to the experience as well.
Correct. And when you start filling a hard copy form, there are multiple forms. And you have to, for example, I'll just give a simple example. If I have to put my name as Rakesh Kumar, I have to put 10 times.
Yeah.
Right? But in a digital form, if you put it once, it is everywhere.
Sure.
It saves time. It's fast. It's accurate. You have drop downs. I mean, you cannot go wrong, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So we thought, okay, let's digitize this piece. So once the person is onboarded now, then it is important that they go through the induction process.
Okay.
And sometimes induction through a presentations might become boring.
Sure.
But we thought, okay, let's find a new way. We have created videos out of it. We have gone to leaders, we have gone to different businesses who does induction. We created videos out of it. That's more engaging. And that's on the mobile of the employee, wherever they are.
Got it.
It's completely secure through single sign-on, ADFS integration. And wherever they are, they can access it.
Got it. And this is across all the layers of the workforce from an EXL perspective?
So digital documents are not across, but yes, induction is across.
Okay.
Digitally, documents we are getting, we will be rolling out across, but we are also working on digital employee files, so parallelly we'll go.
Got it.
As we stabilize that, we'll go forms as well. But induction has now digitally across.
Wow. Okay. Right? So even if it's a manager joining, even if it is a person straight out of college joining, the experience is still personalized for each one, but they still kind of get it over a period of time and with bite-sized videos and those kind of things.
Exactly. And plus, we also do a pulse check because it is important to do a pulse check with the employee. And through this platform, what we do, we there's a pulse which is sent to the health check basically. I'll say sent to the applicant or the employee. They have few questions, and then you can measure the engagement rate. What is the engagement percentage?
So you don't wait till day 60, day 90, like traditionally kind of do only a day 60, day 90. You actually do a health check through the course of that journey as well.
Right, because that's important to check because that's the very important period where we have most of the attrition.
Correct.
Right, in the entire BFM industry. So it is very important that we engage our employees, and we are still about to measure our attrition percentage on the control, but we are assuming that this should reduce.
Got it.
But we are still in process to measure that.
Got it.
But we are doing pulse check, and we have got an excellent feedback. And approximately, as I said, now 99% of the new joiners in EXL are onboarded through a high-touch digital platform.
Got it.
Now, and out of that, 92% of the there is a positive experience.
Wow.
And 8% might not have a positive experience due to various factors.
Sure.
Right?
Sure. But then with a digital interface, it's easier for you to keep optimizing that and reducing that 8% further down and further down, right?
Right.
So I'm sure y'all are also constantly kind of checking back on reports, on feedback. How are you measuring? I mean, how are you going to take this feedback and make a change, in your opinion, from a digital perspective?
So actually, when we get the feedback, when we see the improvement areas, and the platform which we have is completely configurable, right? We understand the need of the employee, and we try to configure that and set up the platform. And trust me, it is a day's job. It is not like a complete development. Right? Okay. It is not like you have to change the code and you have to build it, test it. It's on the go.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
And so that gives us the comfort to use the platform and move forward on that. Right?
Got it.
So when we share that, okay, there's an important notification which needs to go to the candidate or the supervisors or any business from the onboarding perspective, we configure that on the same day. Right? And it is configured as per the geography needs.
Oh, wow.
It's not throughout same. For example, US has a separate requirement, India has a separate requirement, and Europe has a completely different requirement. We can do all three in different ways.
Got it.
And within 24 hours, that's the flexibility we have.
Wow. Okay.
So that gives a very comfort with the platform to set this up and run this in our organization as well.
Got it. So I think also one of the big questions I have is, again, I'm addressing the scale aspect that Excel has, right? So in order to kind of change and build something like this into an existing process, what was the experience from a change management perspective? What needed to be done? Who do you need to kind of bring on board? If there's another company today that wants to kind of, think about how they can bring about this improvement, what should they think about from a planning change perspective and also implementation change perspective?
It's a very good point, actually. So change management was a very, very big piece. Right. Because people were familiar with the old process, the old way, actually, right?
Correct. And no one likes change.
So nobody likes to change, actually. And now with the people which we are hiring, our new generation, right?
Sure.
So we thought, it's important to do a change management, which took us some time. Because, as I said, we are 30,000 employees and spread across geographies, multiple people involved. Right? Starting from the recruitment, applicant, HR business partner, technology, facilities, and many more, actually. Right? So, first important point, that we had to focus on the employee experience. Right? That it grows every day.
Sure.
Right? So, what we did, we thought, let's meet the needs of the recruitment first. Because that's the first point. So, because if it is being adopted by the recruitment team, then all the candidates will be hired through the onboarding platform.
Got it.
Your recruitment team needs to be convinced. They need to understand the benefits of the platform. So it took us a quarter's time, but yes, gradually we settled down. Right? Got it. We started from 76%, and now we are at 99%.
But that's actually interesting because you're saying that it's good to start right from the beginning and that first process that involves the company and that new hire, right? Which is recruitment and talent acquisition. Instead of kind of looking at it from induction, or let's change induction, then let's go back and look at TA and all that. It's very important to start with that first step.
Right, and that also helped our recruitment process to evolve, because the way the recruitment used to work was sending emails, still do that, but it was not effective to measure the engagement of the employee, whether that person is joining or not joining.
Right.
With this platform, you can easily gauge whether this person is joining or not, and there are scores there to measure the engagement ratio as well.
Got it. So what was the next thing from a change management perspective? One was obviously the get started at the beginning of the process. What were some of the other things? I mean, how important is leadership buy-in or managerial buy-in, and how do you kind of manage that?
So yes, you're right. So when we spoke to our leaders, and every leader spoke about the digital onboarding experience, because they have hired through the old way of onboarding, right? Sure. And that's the experience, right?
Yeah.
So everybody had a question that let's focus on the experience, because that's where the employee is engaged. If your initial experience is bad, then you don't feel good about it. For example, when I joined, I was offered my laptop after 3 days.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right? After 3 days.
Yeah.
My cabin would be allocated after 5 days, because you need to build that cabin, build that space, build that technology, laptop, and so on. Right. Now, through this platform, as soon as the person is hired and the person needs a laptop or a cabin, the notification goes to respective teams, and the action starts before the person joins in.
Oh, wow. Okay. Right? Okay.
So that all these things are set up.
Yeah.
So all these things are set up so that when a person joins in, the person is productive from the day one.
Got it.
Right? They don't have to go and raise a request, seek approvals. Your laptop is ready on the first day, and you're productive from the first day. You start getting your mails and so on.
Yeah.
Right? So your induction is digital. So wherever you are, at your leisure, you do your induction. So you save on time as well on the processes. So that gave a comfort to the entire leadership team to adopt the digital onboarding platform.
Okay.
And because they all have gone through this, and it was need of the hour wherein we had to improve this piece, and because this also helped to digitize employee files as well. Because that's also very important compliance perspective.
Sure.
Right? Because that takes your office space. You have to maintain that. Your audits are there. You have to be compliant. You can build all these logics in the platform so that you have all the stuff in the one platform.
Sure.
Right. So that gave a comfort to people that yes, this will engage our employees. Plus, they also thought when a person is joining a specific business unit, that person has this information about that particular specific business unit, depending on the band levels. So it is not generic for all. It is customized and personalized for every individual. Right? So that also gave a business leader actually a comfort wherein they see that, my person knows about my business unit before that person comes in. When a person comes in, they have some important stuff regarding their business on the platform. Which is completely secure. So that obviously gave a comfort for everyone to move forward on that.
Yeah, makes sense. So what I'm hearing is that to kind of manage change a little bit more, what you were also kind of doing is making sure that everyone understood the benefits and the experience and maybe even the business case around why this digital transformation makes sense, right? For them, from their role perspective, how does it impact their role? How does it impact their kind of team?
Correct. So, we have been doing multiple candidate recruitment experience survey as well, in specific to geography actually. And if you ask me, the engagement rate is currently 98.13.
Correct.
98.13 is a great engagement, from the recruitment experience survey. And we do it from our engagement, this platform, and that, so we are able to measure the engagement. So because earlier, Excel sheets, you can't do that. Of course you can't do that, and you can't reach out to every employee. This is an automated system where everybody gets a survey, and people can do it at their leisure, and then we can also measure the engagement. So it has been great experience till now.
Got it. Got it. So, where did automation play a role? What were some of your key mandates from an automation perspective?
Okay. So one, of course, was the employee files. That was important. I'm talking about only digital onboarding right now.
Sure.
Right. So digital file, because we wanted that when a person joins in, that all the files are digitized. That's one. Second, on the experience wherein people should be engaged from the day within they are offered. That means they have relevant contents, the relevant campaigns, videos. They have two different sections, which is a pre-boarding and an onboarding.
Okay.
Pre-boarding is completed before date of joining, and onboarding is after joining.
Okay.
Because when you offer a person, you expect that person will join the organization because there is an investment to it, there's a cost to it. So it is important to engage employee from the day that the person has been offered, right? And it has to be digitally driven.
Sure.
We can do that. We can put 5 people to engage and call people, but that's not going to help. That's old solution.
Yeah.
Right? Now, as we are saying that we're looking into HR, employee to HR ratio, we're looking into cost, and cost plays a major factor. Right? So to improve on cost, it is important to see it is digitally driven. So it was important that we automate this piece and we are able to measure that as well. Then we thought, okay, let's focus on that as well. These are the key things which help us to move forward on that.
Okay, excellent. And so what are you looking at to kind of evaluate whether this was a success from a digital transformation perspective in terms of reimagining onboarding? What are some of the KPIs or success factors that you're kind of looking at?
Sure. So we are still in the measuring stage. One, we are looking into the candidate experience through the surveys.
Okay.
Second, the usage of the platform by candidates and the managers and everyone in EXL.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And because that percentage will drive the adoption of the platform.
Of course. Yeah.
Right. Third is the engagement of the applicant on the platform in terms of various decks which they go through.
Okay.
We can easily find out whether this person is going through a specific deck, or they only are engaged before joining, or they go through all contents and campaigns throughout the life cycle, right?
Okay.
So it is important to measure every aspect.
Okay.
And lastly, the attrition. Because so as I said, we are still in measuring stage. Right? But I think, yes, we'll move on that. We are still working on reports, finding out, doing analysis. And I'm sure I'll be able to share next, I think, in a quarter's time where we are on that.
Okay, excellent. But the initial kind of feel is that it's moving in the positive direction, even though you've gone digital and automated, and that experience is not lost.
Yes. So I think, it is evident that the experience has increased. It's very evident. As I said, that the forms are digital, people get flowers, they know about EXL before they join. So obviously it's a totally transformed and people have not experienced it before. If you ask me, a fresher will not be able to give that input because fresher, it's the first job for that person. Right? So that person has a first experience. But leaders who are joining from different organizations, right? That those people share their complete experience, and that's a wow factor for them because it's completely different and digital.
Excellent. So I think we're kind of just running on schedule. So I think I've actually gotten a great amount of perspective, Rakesh, and thank you so much for kind of sharing so much in detail about the whole digital transformation process and the whole onboarding kind of process. I think we kind of continue to look forward to working with EXL and with you and your team to kind of make sure that a lot of these projects are also successful. And again, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Kiran.